Just before we properly get into today's video, I want to play a very quick round of word association. So I'm going to say a word and I want you to say the first thing that pops into your head after I say that word. Are you ready? Spring.
Chicken.
I was going to go for clean, but you know.
Welcome to our little floating home. We're Jack and Gabby, and for the past 5 years we've lived on the water.
After a long, wet, chilly winter, it finally feels like spring is creaking into life, and we couldn't be more grateful.
So join us this week as we hit reset.
We are disgusting. Gross.
By making our own natural cleaning products for a deep spring clean, and get ready for the season ahead.
Are you ready?
Ta-da! Plus, grab your foraging basket. We are heading into the woods for a little adventure.
If you love the idea of living a naturally richer life, tap subscribe and come along for the journey.
I went to the refill shop yesterday and in preparation for today bought 5 litres of white vinegar. Literally cleaned her out of all of her white vinegar supplies. So that's ready to go. And as a special treat, I bought us a new mop. If this is your first time watching our channel, you're probably sitting there thinking, why on earth are these two people so buzzing to do a deep clean? But there's just something about spring and getting everything fresh and renewed, and yeah, it just feels like a good time to do it, doesn't it? Yeah, that in there. That's it. Good boy. We are disgusting. Hey.
Just keep it.
Am I the only person that gets like this? I just can't throw away a box. He is dressed like a little janitor today, isn't he? Little janitor Joe over here.
This is why it is so much easier to clean when it is warm outside, because it is chaos in the boat and it's chaos outside the boat. So whilst Jack is cleaning up inside the boat, I am going to make up our floor cleaner, which is really simple. It's just using 1 part vinegar and 4 parts water, and I'm going to add a little bit of essential oil to make it smell a bit nicer. But yeah, it's a great cleaner to be able to do with surfaces, floors, bathrooms. Really simple, but works magic. Good girl. That's probably quite a lot of vinegar, but I think we have very dirty floors.
Wow. Yeah, we're going to do some muffins. Oh, that is dusty. Whenever I do any sweeping on the boat, I always feel like I'm like an extra in the background of a play doing like GCSE drama or something. And you just always get like someone in the background going like, before like bursting into song. Hey, we're bombing here for roses. Chim chimney. Sorry.
And that's why you don't make the
And that's why I didn't make the West End. I know it's the same for anyone that lives an outdoorsy lifestyle, but boats in winter, they just get so mucky. I think, you know, with muddy towpaths, Tilly having very muddy paws and getting that traipse through the boat. We haven't got a porch or a boot room or anything, so we can't like leave muddy shoes outside. So it gets brought in. And then things like the fire, I mean, that kicks out so much dust Honestly, it's incredible. So yeah, having a day like today just to get it sorted is so good. Had a little hoover around. Now the plan is to do a little moppy, see where we're at after that.
We have had such a full-on day of cleaning. We have swept, we've hoovered, we've mopped, we've cleaned every surface. You name something, we have cleaned it. So are you ready? Ta-da! It is feeling so much fresher in here. The sun is shining, we've got the hatches open, and yeah, everything has just had a real spruce up, ready for spring. So it's looking lovely, just like our gorgeous daffodils, which have really come out today. If you're interested in any of the natural cleaners that we've made, we mainly use white vinegar and citric acid, but we are going to put together a little blog post on natural cleaners. So if that is something that you're interested in, I will pop a link in the description and you can go check it out and see what we use. But yeah, it's feeling really spring-like in here today. The other reason it smells really nice in here is because of these. So our friend makes these candles and they smell divine. We've had it on all day and they just burn for hours and smell gorgeous. If you were in the market for a present for yourself, then check out the Herbro Candle Co. This is not a sponsor, not an ad. They are just our friends that make the most divine candles. Right, what am I doing? Coffee. We are a bit pooped after cleaning, so we're going to pot our feet up for the hot drink. And then tomorrow we are going on a bit of an adventure, which I am so excited for, so we will probably see you there.
We have various things that we sort of set our calendar by. You know, you got the various solstices and the equinoxes, and also, you know, what we're sowing in the allotment at certain points and what's going on with our bees at certain points. But this is probably the biggest sign for us that winter is starting to wane and that spring is starting to be springing. It's when the wild garlic comes out. Singe off on my eyebrows. Something we really want to make sure that we prioritize making time for this year is to get outside and have like little mini everyday adventures like this. So just coming out to the woods with a fire pit, pick a bit of wild garlic, and then we're going to do like a little fire pit cook up, make a little lunch, and yeah, just enjoy being outside. I think sometimes you need to think of like an adventure needs to be like a massive great expedition somewhere, but actually just doing something that's easy like this, it's just a nice way to spend a lunchtime. Right then, the fire is a firing, the foraging squad are of foraging. Let's do some cooking. There. And the top. That's the wild garlic pesto all made, and now we're just cooking some leeks down. Just want to cook them down so they go like really nice and like gooey. You know when you cook leeks down loads and they just go like really nice and like I'm gonna pop this lid on there so that they kind of just sweat. There we go. Please, may I have the lemon? I know you love it, but I would like to put it into dinner, and then you can eat some of dinner, can't you? Haha, exactly, yeah. This is that moment of jeopardy when you're cooking the egg to make sure that the white actually goes solid and you try and keep those yolks runny. So we'll see, we'll see. This is rustic cooking, remember that. It's rustic campfire cooking. I also forgot to bring like a towel to, you know, protect my hands, so I'm just using an old tote bag. Oh, I think we might be done. Whoa, that's looking lush. Let's see how we've done. Ooh. Look at this wild garlic pesto. Crumbling of feta. And a tiny little sprinkle of chilli, just to help it along. Right, you two want first dibs on the one and only plate that we've got. Yeah!
You are so excited!
Big test is the egg. Is the egg going to be runny or not?
Okay, do we have cutlery?
Yeah.
Come on then, little man.
Big egg test.
Oh, that is perfect. I love fire-pit cooking. It's got that like smoky flavour. Just first wild garlic. Oh, that's really good.
Yeah?
That is really good. That's delicious.
You know what, that is such a nice way to spend an afternoon. Hope it looked alright on the camera, because it gets a bit manic when you're trying to film it and cook it and plate it all up, so I hope it looked okay on there. We're gonna wolf this down and then pick a bit more wild garlic for something we want to do when we get back home, back to the boat. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and we'll probably catch up with you once we're back.
So good.
And him just eating a lemon. Oh, smells beautiful. It's a bit of a drizzly old afternoon, but it's perfect weather because this morning I have been planting up our first batch of broad beans and peas, and yeah, a little bit of rain, exactly what we need to get those seeds started up. And I don't really mind being inside doing this job whilst it's piddling it down outside. What I'm going to make today is something which I haven't made before, but I've tasted before, and it was absolutely delicious, and I've been waiting all year for the garlic to come back into season to try doing it for myself. So we're going to do some fermented wild garlic. Trust me, it's so good. Like with like fried eggs or alongside a piece of like simply fried fish, it is just absolutely delicious because it really emphasizes that garlic flavor, but also gives it that that kind of like taste that fermented foods have. What's the word for it? It's kind of like umami, but it's not umami. But yeah, it's so good and really, really simple. So yeah, let's have a go at doing it. Been learning a lot more about fermentation over the last few years. I know it's kind of become really, really popular, but it's just so fascinating. And last year we made some fermented green tomatoes with our leftover tomato crop, the ones that didn't ripen at the allotment, and that was really good for making like a salsa with a bit of a difference. And just like learning how good it is for our gut health, and it just has so many beneficial properties. And buying it in the shops, it's really expensive, and often it's pasteurized, so a lot of the good bacteria that's in there has been killed off in order to make the product consistent so it can sit there on the supermarket shelves. And making it yourself is just like, it's dirt cheap. So I want to do a lot more of it this year. It's a nice little process, and it just really isn't that complicated, just doing like simple lacto fermented stuff. Yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult. This would be a lot easier with a salad spinner, but this works. I'm just trying to dry off the leaves from the water that we washed them with, and then we're going to do the most important bit, which is to weigh all of these, see what the total weight in wild garlic leaves that we have, and then we work out what 2% of that weight would be, and that is how much salt we are going to add. That's the most crucial bit. Getting that ratio of salt to total weight, and if you get that, then you should be away. Okay, so that is a total weight of 274 grams of wild garlic. So just using my brain, and definitely didn't just look this up on a calculator, 2% of that is 5.48 grams. Definitely didn't use my phone to help. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? After all of that work of picking it, getting it back here, washing it, chopping it, brining it, all of that. This is how much we've ended up with. But you know what? It may be small, but it's mighty. All I've got to do with that now is leave it for best part of 2 weeks, probably about 10 days, somewhere at room temperature, where it can just sit and ferment. Each day you've got to come along and give it a little belch. You've got to just open up that lid and it goes and all the gases escape from the jar. It's really exciting doing fermentation. So yeah, I'm going to pop that in our little apothecary cabinet, where it can sit there and ferment. So yeah, if you want to see the journey of the fermentation, we'll probably try it in a video in like 2 weeks time, then tap subscribe and come along. But yeah, that probably is it for this week's video. So thank you so much for watching. If you could tap subscribe, that would be absolutely amazing, because it really just, it helps us out. It helps out this channel, helps us grow, helps us keep on creating content like this. So if you enjoyed it, please do tap subscribe, and maybe give the video a thumbs up. And yeah, we'll see you next time for some more shenanigans. I'm gonna go and pop this in our little fermentation apothecary cabinet-y thing, and yeah, hopefully see you again soon. Bye.